What's happening, folks? Today we're talking about macros because my best video so far has been the Marksmanship Hunter PvP guide I did. So I'll quickly flash my macros and explain the types and categories of macros that you're going to come across. So the first one and the most important one for like quick casting and making plays without like losing control of your character is a mouse over macro. So for example, let's say you've got two targets. You want to kick one, but you want to do damage on the other. So select the one you want to do damage to. So I want to do aim shot, and then watch, my mouse is over this one now. So I'm going to press my kick or my silence, and we'll see what happens immediately after. Boom, you can see that arrow that went off. So I've applied my chimeral sting to that other one. Even though I was targeting that one, I hit that one afterwards because I was using what's called a mouse over macro. So wire this up to all your important damage abilities and your kicks, your silences, things like that. But essentially, I'll show you the rapid fire macro. You've got hashtag show tooltip, then a new line, /use, space, square bracket, at mouse over, comma, exists, harm, no dead, close square brackets, then another square bracket full, and then rapid fire. And essentially what that does for all your abilities is whenever you mouse over something, it'll fire, and you can like make cool little plays like that. So same for PvE, you should probably do this for like mythic and stuff for kicks. So wire up your counter shot, blah blah blah. So that's category one, your mouse over. Then you need to wire up some stop casting macros. So I discovered this when I started doing a lot of PvE. It mainly only applies to Marksmanship Hunter because you do quite a lot of casting with aim shot. But I found that I was dying in raid because I was stuck in some like 2.3 second cast animation. Because what this allows you to do is it cancels the aim shot and then applies the defensive. So you want to wire this up to like exhilaration, aspect of the turtle, things like that. Things that are, you get out of jail cards, your defensives. This is where you need to stop casting, disengage, things like that. So I'll show you what it's like. By default, if I were to press aim shot, I'm like, oh, I need to heal, bam, 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 bam. I would have to move and then do it. So either cancel it or move my character and then press the keybind. In a real scenario, when you're trying to be quick at like peak gameplay, this isn't going to work. So you need a stop casting macro. So I'll just show you. Channel in, I press V, it stops my aim shot, and then it applies exhilaration. So I'll just flash the macro. Hashtag show tooltip, stop casting, and then cast exhilaration. The next kind of thing you need is a quick cast macro, and this just fires traps out at your cursor. So anything like tar trap or freezing trap or binding shot, you need to do like a at cursor command. So what this is going to do, rather than giving me like that green reticle that requires me to click twice, let me just see if I've got binding shot in here. So if I go to click that now, drag that onto my bars, you get this like weird green reticle. But now with this one, my at cursor macro, it just allows me to fire it off really fast. So hashtag use, /use, space, at cursor in brackets, and then binding shot. So let's say I'm getting chased by a warrior. Rather than getting this like awkward circle and then double clicking, I can just like boom, throw it on the ground with Shift X. So it's just an instant cast. Yeah, you don't know your range and your cursor anymore, but it's just so much more efficient once you get used to your range. So I've got it on freezing trap and I've got it on tar trap. So by spamming all three of them down then, that cost me 3 clicks. If I was doing it the traditional way, it would cost me 6 clicks. So it's just slower. So that's what you need to do. Flare as well, especially when you're in PvP, you need to be able to insta-cast flare. That extra millisecond of like that green circle targeting, the rogue's disappeared, mate. You need to be faster than the rogue. So what else is there? You've got the pet management side of things. So let's flash through that. Oh, here we go. Aspect of the turtle as well. Let me just touch on aspect of the turtle while we're still going over the stop casting. Let's say you need an immunity. But let's say, oh, there's a window there. I need to drop my immunity and I need to like just quickly finish off an enemy. You can use stop casting to drop your aspect of the turtle, basically to reapply. So I'll just show you. in a real keybind, if I'm pressing aspect to the turtle again, it won't do it. But because I've got a macro, I can press it again, and it drops my my immunity for me to then do like a quick fire, like bam, 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 just finish a guy off. So niche scenarios like that, let's say the delve, where that big beetle does swarming swarmer or whatever, it only lasts like 3 seconds. So you pop turtle, the second it stops, you get rid of turtle and you start DPSing again. So you can gain like 4 seconds of extra DPS, and then you can get quick kills or quick kill confirms in PvP. So always be able to cancel your buffs that lock you out. Same for like pally bubbles as well. You can drop the pally bubble that stops you from like fighting if you need to. Last but not least is the pet utility. So this is a nightmare. Like, the thing that makes a good hunter is how good they are with these nuisances of pets. Like, they're just so annoying, they're hard to manage, they bug out, they can't find paths, they don't listen to you. But there's a lot of tips and tricks you can use to make them better. So Roar of Sacrifice is probably one of your most important defensives, especially if you've got like a rogue or something that likes to jump on you. And you want to wire it up so you don't have to target yourself. You just click Roar of Sacrifice and it applies it to you. So I just did that then. One button makes my pet like apply it to me. But then you can also set this up so 3 separate macros that apply to your teammates and your healer, blah blah blah. Or like Arena Party 1, Arena Party 2, Arena Party 3. So you'd have 3 separate keybinds, but it just allows you to quickly like help your teammate without awkwardly selecting them and then pressing Roar of Sacrifice. You just want to speed everything up when it comes to macros. Another good utility is the Master's Call one. So I'll just show you my Roar of Sacrifice. It's an @cursor macro as well, so I can currently make my plays. If I was to level up my macros, I'm not perfect, I recognise what I need to do, but it's just annoying learning it. So currently I've got an @cursor thing because I'm not that sweaty in Arena and Battlegrounds yet, but in the future I'll have to wire this up for 3 separate macros to target Arena Partner 1, 2 and 3. And then the same for like kicks. You need to like wire up your kicks for enemy Arena Partner 1, enemy 2, enemy 3. So you'll have 3 key bindings for your kick and it'll take up space on your bars, but in high pressure situations you'll be faster than someone that hasn't wired up these macros. Another good one is where is it? It's my pet macro. So essentially I can just turn my mend pet and revive pet into the same macro, so I free up a button. You can see here /use square bracket @pet comma dead square bracket again, no pet square bracket, and then you've got revive pet if it's dead and mend pet if it's alive. So right now I press T and it does mend pet. If my pet were to perish, I can press T again and it'll revive him instead of mend pet, and then when he comes back alive it turns back into mend pet. So it's just fluid, saves yourself a keybind, frees up more space to macro up something else. And then let's move on to Master's Call. So this one is the trickiest one. Like, Roar of Sacrifice works relatively okay, but Master's Call is a pain in the ass. So in a real scenario, let's say rogues are jumping on you, you're not going to have time to click yourself and then click Master's Call. Like, it'd be so much quicker if you could just go boom, like I press Shift 6 and then that makes my raptor target me, and then it makes it cast Master's Call, so I lose all my snares and I can run away properly. So the only difference you need to know here is you add this /target because it gets confused. Like, I don't know why Roar of Sacrifice and whatever it's called, Master's Call, behave so different, but Roar of Sacrifice is a /use, and you can put that cursor command in there if you want, or do the Arena Partner thing like I was saying. But then the Master's Call one this is wrong, so don't look at this one. I'm literally going to delete this because it's wrong. You need to, where's my real one? You need to do stop casting, then you need to do /target hunting Joe, so just replace whatever your name is here, and then /cast Master's Call. So I've also slipped a cursor macro in there where if I wanted to, I could like make a play, but really I should wire up my arena partners in the future, but it's always useful to have these. So really you're going to need like 4 macros. You're going to need one like this, which targets you and people you cursor on. Then when you're doing sweaty arena, you're going to need like 3 extra ones for like arena partner 1, 2, 3, blah blah blah. So it targets me, then it's /cast instead of use. This tripped me up for a couple of weeks. Use works for raw, and cast works for Master's Call. It's a cast. So slash cast at cursor, Master's Call. And there you go. I think that's pretty much everything. Oh, the raid coolies as well. So you need to wire up your big moment, your big burst moment, with all of your trinkets and your racials and whatever gives you a boost that isn't on the GCD. So your racials aren't on the GCD and your trinket isn't on the GCD either. So I can press my Rage True Shot and it pops Blood Fury as well, and it pops my trinket, so I turn 3 button presses into 1, and that just gets me into the action fight like faster to blow people up. And I think that's absolutely everything. I've done all the styles of macros there, and I've done all of mine. Oh, there's a camouflage macro you should probably try and figure out. Don't copy mine exactly because it always breaks and it doesn't work. If you have one that works, please put it down below. But essentially, to become like peak super hunter, you need to like find a macro where, let's say you're in a battle in a battleground, you need to have a way for your, let's say your pet's in the middle of it all applying like mortal wounds. Like we go for the raptor for this like savage rend, it applies mortal wounds which stops healing. It's basically mortal strike. So you need to drop aggro, so we stop casting, then we apply pet passive, then we make the pet on follow so it comes running back to us, and we have a stop attack so it stays out of combat. Then you can have slash use pet, play dead, then slash pet wake up to get it to run back to you, cast fake death, and then cast camouflage. So if you get a macro that works doing this, essentially you press one button once or twice and it lets you drop aggro and stealth out of a battle. It's just really hard to pull off because combat in this game is annoying to drop, and pets love to stay in combat, and they're just an absolute nuisance. This guy's a pain in the ass, but he brings me so much utility when he's playing nice that you can't ignore it. This is what separates like the peak hunters from the scrubs, mate. So I think that's everything. I'll just like quickly scroll down my list in case I forgot anything. Yeah, there's nothing else. So wire up all those kind of macros for you. If you are stuck, leave a comment down below, like set up your intimidate and things like that. But thanks for watching. I've made a game. It's called Battle Babes. It's on Steam. It's essentially Hearthstone, but babes. So if you like that, you'll have some fun. Support the channel. I love you all. Hasta la vista. Peace.